everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories, Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So, what a crazy, weird day we had today. Well, Fearless decided to come to my house a lot earlier, like 8 o'clock in the morning, or actually like dropping off his son 10 minutes before 8 o'clock this morning. So, and then he popped up at my house. That is an amazing thing. So, sad news, guys, for tonight. This is the hardest thing people have ever gotten the news about. A young actress from Disney Channel movies and a bunch of other shows has passed on. I got the notification or something, or I saw something on TikTok saying that a young woman that had passed away last night, her name was Hayden Panettiere. Remember the Titans movie? She also on Heroes, Nashville, and another movie that she was in called Ice Princess. So, anyway, but yeah, it is so sad. She made a lot of money, like, as a child star. I mean, she was also on Tiger Cruise. She, like, played all over the world. I mean, she graduated from college maybe, or high school, whatever. I don't really know, but yes, sadly news that she passed away about last night. So it's kind of hard to get through that. Some people don't believe she is dead. Some people think she's still alive. Some people think maybe it was her time. But I think it definitely was her time. So, Hayden Panettiere was born on August 21st of 1989, which is 1 year after my birth. So I am 1 year older than her. Sadly, but she won't be able to be age 37. But yeah. Hayden Panettiere passed away on Sunday, August 16th, 5 days before her birthday. So that was yesterday, last night. That was so sad. Horrible thing happened. We will miss her no matter what. She made millions, and she was an amazing actress, singer, playing the role of cheerleader in some kind of movie like Heroes maybe. Her character just couldn't pass away when she got magical powers or something. But yeah. Anyway, we have a story for you guys tonight. It is called The Dispatcher on Line 4. This is a new one. Something to do with the spirit of a dispatcher or something. Anyway, if you're probably wondering why my hair is wet, it's because I was just getting myself cleaned because I was, getting ready to do this podcast. So I'm here. Anyway, yes. Hayden's real full name was Hayden Leslie Panettiere, and she also had a little brother named Jensen Panettiere or something. So may she rest in peace. So I hope that she, uh, I don't know, find her friends who died about a year ago and a couple years before her. I hope she reunites with her co-star Michelle Trachtenberg. I mean, she passed away about a year ago. She was 39. We will still miss her. So may Hayden Panettiere rest in peace. So we will miss her very much. She was a legend and she was the best. So, whew, well, maybe Chris and I will probably watch a movie or something right after the episode. So hopefully we will. Maybe Ice Princess and or maybe watch Heroes. It's on Netflix. Um, but yeah. And my husband is already on his way up here, so he had to take care of some stuff or whatever he had to do.
I'm back.
Hey, which one would you want to watch? Heroes or Ice Princess?
How about Ice Princess so we get two of the good actresses?
And we shall honor them by watching the movies that they were in. They were Disney Channel stars.
Yes.
So there's a lot of movies that I would have watched, but anyway, let's get started on the story. So if any of Hayden's family are still watching my videos, hopefully, I am so sorry for what happened to Hayden. She was the best actress and amazing human being, and she will be missed. We loved her no matter what happened to her. We will miss her, and we shall honor her by watching her movies. Maybe I'll watch Heroes with her in it, and we will remember what she did for any of us. So, yeah. Anyway, also, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing and sharing with everyone, and thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for following me right here on YouTube. So, anyway, this story hopefully will cheer you up or something, I hope. Maybe scare you a little bit, but it's not even that scary, but it could be. But if you have any questions, you're always welcome to leave me a comment down below if you wish to. So perhaps maybe I should turn on the show comments on stage. Maybe I should. I don't really know. Perhaps. Well, it depends. Anyway, I hope that you guys are, I don't know, watching this. So I don't really know. Well, it depends, but so, or I can just leave it. I don't really know. I guess. I don't really know. So, anyway, I hope you guys are, listening to this because, well, today, Fearless and I, just dropped off, we dropped off Vince at his parents for a couple hours, and we drove all the way to Ollie's. It's in North Omaha. So, yeah. And read our novel. Maybe I really need to finish working on the reading. So, you know what? I think I'm just gonna click on that. So, anyway, but yeah, hopefully you guys are here watching my show, and I really, really wish that you guys could stay a bit longer so you can, watch my videos. Anyway, yes, so we went out to lunch after we picked Vince up around 12 o'clock. So, this is going to be really good story. So, let me know what you guys think if, just let me know if this story could make any sense to you guys. I literally would love for you guys to, leave me comments down below right here. So let me know. And, just let me know. Actually, you know what? I don't really need it. I don't know. There we go. Okay, so I hope that the story will make sense. So anyway, let's just get started on reading. I could babble all night. I try not to. So let's just get started on the story. So before you do that, get yourself something to drink, sit back and relax, and please click like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started on the reading of the ghost stories. You're always welcome to join me if you wish to, and if you have any questions, just let me know what you guys think.
Hey, baby.
And there goes my husband. So, hello.
Hello.
What did you do today?
I worked all day.
How many reservations did you get?
A few.
Okay. So, yes.
Tomorrow I got deliveries after Marriott.
Yep. So, Chris has a new schedule. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Same as always. So, anyway, let's get started. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And you guys can follow me on TikTok. If you wish to, guys, check out my one and volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So my second novel will be on Amazon here, like hopefully in the next couple days. I just have to get hopefully my second novel will be up there, and the price is $20. So but yeah, anyway, so let's just get started on the story. This is season 6, episode 223. The dispatcher on line 4. Andre had worked emergency dispatch long enough to know, not spiritually necessarily, at least not at first, but acoustically and psychologically. A call center hears too much urgency to ever feel neutral again. The county communications hub was a squat concrete building on the highway edge. All secured doors, terrible coffee, and wall screens that made weather accidents and domestic disaster look equally digital. Andre worked the night police fire medical rotation because he handled escalation well, and because his personal life was easier when measured against radios rather than people. Line 4 was just another headset position until it started lining up before calls officially arrived. The soft pre-ring tone would sound. The call key would still show empty, and then 10 or 15 seconds later, a real emergency would hit with enough detail that Andre could already feel his body prepared for it. The first few times he blamed network lag, then Line 4 started printing location stubs from the old thermal backup machine no one had connected in years. The lead supervisor did not dismiss him. She only asked whether the pre-alerts were mostly rural, weather-related, and weirdly specific about crossroads. When Andre said yes, she swore quietly and gave him the name they all knew but didn't put in new hire packets. Vera Cole, former overnight dispatcher, legendary for route memory and calm under impossible radio tragic. Vera died in the center one winter after working through a multi-county ice event that overwhelmed lines, repeater towers, and human patience. According to old staff, Vera had a habit of routing crossroads, mile markers, and landmarks faster than callers could describe them, as if she carried the old county's map in her pulse. After her death, some operators claimed Line 4 leaned in early on nights when seconds mattered and people called half-coherent route from rural roads. If she's sending you thermal slips, the supervisor said, read them before the caller finishes crying. Andre did and hated how often it worked. A thermal slip with how HWY 12 / cattle guard / north ditch printed before a rollover call came through from a woman too panicked to name anything but the dark road by the fence. Another time before a trapped hunter could fully explain where he'd fallen, the old printer spit out Old Quarry Service Gate, followed by coordinates the mapping system only caught 90 seconds later. The dead dispatcher apparently had no interest in easing Audrey into the haunting. She was there to keep the county from dying stupidly, because living systems lagged where memory once carried the load. The rest of the room adapted with dispatch pragmatism. Nobody screamed. They just started glancing at Line 4's dead printer when the weather turned bad. The first clear sign of Vera herself came not through sound, but through reflection in the blank monitor of an unused station across the aisle. During a tornado warning night, while fielding overlapping fire reports and downed line calls, Andre looked up and saw a woman in an old uniform blouse, seated at the empty station writing on a paper map with one hand while she keyed a radio mic. With the other, her hair was pinned up, her posture composed with the violence of habit, and her expression held no patience for confusion. Masquerading as uncertainty, she never looked at him. She circled one sector on the map, underlined a gravel road, and tapped twice near a school bus route. Crossing, Andre relayed a hold there to deputies before anyone had confirmed debris. 2 minutes later, a volunteer firefighter radioed in that a tree had blocked the exact road just before have crossed it. Andre stopped questioning the source and started taking notes. What made the hunting morally difficult rather than simply useful was the old county neglect embedded in it. Various pre-alerts came hardest on roads long known to be poorly marked, under-maintained, or hard for outsiders to describe. In crisis, she wasn't just helping, she was compensating. Andre found that infuriating. The dead were covering for funding failures. Again, he began documenting every rural confusion point that triggered a line for intervention and quietly handed the list to county planning under the pretense of dispatcher efficiency. Review mile marker gaps, duplicate road names, missing bridge signs, old quarry gates, farm roads with no reflective posts. If Vera wanted the places named properly, Andre was willing to make the living admit how badly the county had left them unmapped. In practice, the hunting, in other words, became policy pressure. The decisive night came during a flash flood when a father called from a pickup half submerged with two children in the back and no clear idea where the road had become creek. The connection was breaking, the GPS bounce was useless, and the only thing the man could say clearly was, "We passed the grain bins, and then the white church wasn't there." While Andre tried to hold the line together, the thermal printer screamed to life and spat out three words. Bethany moved old road. Through the hanging behind the break room door. Andre grabbed it, found that Bethany Church had indeed been rebuilt a mile east years earlier, while locals still used the White Church Road to mean the abandoned original route, and got rescue units onto the old submerged cut through in time. The family lived after shift. Andre sat in his car for 10 minutes with both hands on the wheel because there is no training module for realizing a dispatcher knows your county better than your GIS vendor. The county eventually implemented better signage, updated dispatcher landmark overlays, and archived vernacular maps. Notes of after Andre and a few older supervisors made enough noise with enough examples to become unignorable, they framed it as modernization. Fine. The dead do not require credit on the first storm season after the changes went live. Line 4 stayed mostly quiet. The thermal printer spat one short slip all winter. Better, Andre kept it in his locker. He still works overnight, sometimes on the worst weather. This reflection in the dead monitor, writing with that same precise intensity, but less often, now and never. With the same urgency, the county had finally learned some of her roots. It is difficult to think of a better memorial for a dispatcher than a system that needs less haunting. Aww, that is so strange and um, sad. I mean, the dispatcher who died years before the new guy showed up. Vera. Apparently, that was her name. Okay, this reminds me of someone I knew as a baby. That name kind of hits me in the head. It literally, it's in my mind. This person, okay, this name literally freaking reminds me of my grandmother. You know, my grandmother's name was Vera. So, okay, this story is very sad, tragic way to die. So, it's actually relatable to a lot of dispatchers. I mean, this was a woman who died many years before Andre was the dispatcher. So, I mean, I hope that you guys are. Maybe let's go with that one. Perhaps small. Maybe. Anyway, but yeah. So the name Vera just reminds me of my Grams. Okay, that was my Grams' name, but my Grams was not. She actually wasn't a dispatcher. She couldn't do anything, but I don't really know. The name just reminds me of my mom's mom. So if I ever tell her that, guess what, I found grandma's name in my ghost story, does that remind you of grandma? Because it reminds me of my grandma. So Yeah. This is a tragic story. Um, in this story, Vera was a dispatcher because, well, she loved working as a dispatcher. It's like she pretty much, I don't know, helped a lot of people. It's kind of hard for me to explain the story. So, ooh, I got a new wristwatch and I have to, I synced it up right here. So, um, this is the best one of all time. So, I love this wristwatch. It's like about 55%, so I'll have to charge it like soon, anytime, well, whenever. But Vera was like an older lady or something. Okay, my grandmother was like 50 years old when she passed away, so I still think of her every day. I, see her in my dreams a lot. So, what did you guys think of the story? Was it sad? Did it make you like, I don't know, very emotional? Because if I ever hear my grandmother's name 1,000 times, maybe I should get very emotional. Okay? Um, these stories that I have been reading about a year now um, is very relatable to real life events that actually happened. So, um, what did you think of the story?
Had a good storyline to it.
You say that to every story.
Well, they did.
Good. Uh, because the woman's name was Vera in the story.
Yes.
Was the name of my grandmother.
Awesome.
Reminds me of my grams, the one who passed away. So it's been, I don't know, years, practically about. It's been a long time. It's been 3 decades since my grams passed away. She died in 1990, but my grams was never a dispatcher. I don't really know, but well, she was very sick for a long time, so she couldn't do her job. Somehow, well, she really quit her job because so you guys are, getting, makes a lot of sense to you all. So we are done with the story now. So we are going straight to the questions. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. If you guys have any, you're always welcome to, you know, show me anything. I mean, tell me how would you feel about any of this. So, I mean, I probably would have, you know, I thought it was pretty good, but it just reminds me of my grams. I don't know why. So now that the story's finished, we are going straight to the questions. So we've got 10 questions and 10 answers. So let's go with questions. Would you trust emergency directions from a dead dispatcher? Yes, I would. I mean, literally. I mean, like I say it all the time, because if I ever like hear a voice of a dispatcher, like from another generation or something, from a different timeline, if she like tell me what was gonna happen, I would definitely trust her. So there's a lot of bad things that's been happening. So perhaps maybe there was some kind of storm where the bridge was about to collapse and hurt people. Yeah, I would definitely well, I would definitely take her advice. So Let's go to number 2. Do you think Vera stayed because of duty, knowledge, or anger at county neglect? I think that she stayed because she wanted to finish her job, and also all the knowledge, of course. She stayed probably because of her job. And maybe she was, I don't know, somehow maybe they neglected to do. No wonder why she took action. So she tried everything. And this is how she passed away, I guess, one winter many decades ago before Andre became a dispatcher. So, but yeah, so, I mean, if I were Andre, I would listen to her, like literally. So, I think that she stayed because of her job. All the knowledge and, well, because of the job she took serious when she was alive. So it's definitely the job, not being neglected. Maybe. So let's go to number 3. Why are dispatch centers such strong settings for ghost stories? Well, the reason why is so strong is because this spirit of the dispatcher is pretty much, well, she knows everything, I guess. She's there to make sure Andre knew everything. Like, go to archives and see what really happened, what killed her, and she would want him to know what really happened that night of winter. So she wanted to let Andre know what really happened. So that is such strong ghost stories. It's very tragic, emotional way. Very bad thing happened. So I'm glad Vera told Andre what really happened. So what was more unsettling, the pre-ringing line or the thermal slips? I think it might be the thermal slips. That's something to do, like Vera was trying to communicate with Andre. She is trying to tell him what is going on. Like, she was trying to get his attention. It's like everyone is about to have a problem, or like about to, it's like, I don't know, life and death protocol or something like that. So the ringing is pretty much, well, she's trying to communicate with Andre through phone calls. So this is the reason why she chose Andre, because she wanted him to know what was happening out there, like some tragedy thing going on. So anyway, but yes. Anyway, let's go to number 5. Okay, guys, we have 5 questions left before I sign off. Was Andre right to turn the haunting into policy or reform? Yes. If Andre didn't know what was going to happen, he would have ignored it. But if he didn't notice it, bad things would have happened. It would have gone even worse. Vera would be very upset and disappointed. She will have to haunt him for the rest of his life. So she was trying to tell him to go and help people. What really happened? Call whoever was trying to help or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. It's kind of hard to explain. So, my answer is a yes. So, if you have any opinions, please let me know what you guys think. But yeah, so leave me comments down below if you have any opinions. Just let me know, because I'm still like processing with everything here. Anyway, let's go to number 6. What do you make of the words Bethany moved old road? I think it said something about the church moved a few miles away from the original spot, I guess. I mean, the church was rebuilt, but miles away from the original spot. So I think that's why it said it. Bethany moved old church, like old road, as in like another road, maybe like old road, perhaps. It's like a very hot spot, you know. Well, I don't know. That's where a lot of people must have passed away, I guess, at the church or something. It's kind of hard explaining to all of you about this. Let me know what you guys think. So, how is this haunting tied to infrastructure and language rather than grief alone? Well, I think people are attached to the place where they have passed on, and they're bound. They don't know how to move on. I guess they're just living in an altered reality and don't know that they're dead. Maybe in a different story, spooky stuff, I guess, or whatever. So it's kind of hard. I think it's like different kind of like a dead language. I don't really know. So, well, with the haunting is like people, they are tied to the place where they died. They have to go back into the beginning and get some pieces, like put them together, remember everything, because they're in denial. They don't know what really happened. They don't know how to move on into the afterlife, that sort of thing. So this is how it works, I guess. Grieving is like something they've gone through, you know, worst time ever. That shit has gone on, like say breakups, losing someone to death, or I don't know, just going a bad life, like whatever happened. They were just going through something a little weird, a little shitty stuff. So that's what it is, I guess. Anyway, let's go to number 8. Would you be comforted or unnerved by a ghost helping on emergency calls?
Unnerved.
I actually would be comforted by a spirit. Chris thinks he would be unnerved by a dead person. Tell them why.
It would just be a little bit weird at first.
And then?
I would grow to love the help.
So you would be comforted?
Yes.
Okay. I definitely would be comforted by the dead. I would not be unnerved. I mean, maybe a little bit, but still. I would not be afraid of being comforted by the spirits. I definitely would be comforted. So if I were Andre or anyone else, I would actually be brave enough to talk to the dead. I would be brave enough to accept the help from a spirit, a good spirit. I definitely would take advice from a dead person. Let's go to number 9. Okay, we have 2 questions left before I sign off. Can local knowledge become a form of hunting? Yes, it can. Of course it can. If you have like all the knowledge about anything or anyone, like, well, let's say like a place or something, or a knowledge of what could happen before it happens. If I had the power of knowledge, I would accept it. I would keep that. So, yes, it can. Of course it can. If I had powers, I would definitely do something about it. I would accept it. I would embrace it. And I can do whatever I want with it. Help everyone. I would not abuse my power of knowledge, but I would use it to help a lot of people. Literally. So, all right, let's go to number 10. We've got one question left before I sign off. If a dead dispatcher kept saving lives through memory, how would you honor her? But I probably would honor her by helping people. I would remember everything she did. Like, imagine what she has gone through, and I would do a good deed. I would drop everything and go help someone. Literally, that's exactly what I would have done. I would preserve her memories, and I would continue volunteering or continue working as a dispatcher to help more people. I would call for anyone to help someone else. Like, say, if I saw someone and they would asking me for help to call 911, I would stop and go comfort that person, go get help, and or trying to I don't know, help this person. Definitely would, yes. I would take the dead dispatcher's advice and go help a lot of people. Do what I gotta do, sacrifice everything, and help a lot of people. That's how I would honor this person. Would you ever honor a dispatcher?
Yes.
How would you just describe about honoring her?
By trying to send dispatch and do anything I could to keep people comfortable.
And safe?
Yes.
Good answer. So that's how we people would help a lot of innocent people. If you have any questions or opinions, please let me know what you guys think about it. Would you help anyone who is afraid to call for help? Let me know what you guys think. I definitely would. So, okay, guys, time. So, thank you for tuning in. Next I'm going to, yeah, will be called The Candle Maker in the Parish Shop. Sleep. May God protect you all. May God watch over all of you, and the person who has just lost an actress named Hayden Panettiere, I am so sorry, and she will be missed. We shall remember her, what she used to look like, what she did for any of us people. We will remember everything about her. We will honor Hayden Panettiere by watching her movies with Schomburg. That's a good movie, or we can watch it on TV. Like on the plus. Yes. Anyway, you guys, please click like, stay safe and have fun, stay spooky, and see you next time on Ghosting with Anya. Tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Have a wonderful night. I love you guys, and stay safe. May God bless you. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Yo, about to go do God's will.